Happy holidays, everyone! This is SteamTeamRedubUK, CC Trainor-Ling, here to bring you another episode review from Season 5 of The Loud House. Today's episode is titled, Season's Cheatings. It's one of the two newest Christmas specials of the series, the other being A Flipmas Carol. First, we'll discuss the plot, and then my thoughts and critiques with my final score. So, let's get right into it. The episode begins with Lincoln talking about the annual family gift swap the Louds have every Christmas. But because he has a specific gift in mind, a Rip Hardcore backpack, he wants to make sure he has the right sister choose him, that being Lily, since Lincoln knows a gift from her is actually a gift from the parents. His attempt to rig the name selection works perfectly, but then the parents say Lily will be making her very own gift this year, throwing a wrench into Lincoln's plan. He makes another plan to switch his name card from Lily to a different sister, but it doesn't go over the way he had expected. Finally, he decides to take the direct approach and simply ask Luna to switch cards with Lily, to which both sisters agree. On the day before Christmas, Lincoln sees his gift under the tree, but then he remembers he completely forgot to get a gift for the sister he had chosen in the swap, Lola. He races to the mall, but it closes the moment he arrives. Funny how the woman over the intercom just knew how to stick it to Lincoln. It was like his conscience or something. At the Burp and Burger, he sees Chandler, who had been eavesdropping on Lincoln's dilemma, and has something that could help him out. How convenient. With no choice, Lincoln exchanges his Rip Hardcore backpack for Chandler's gift, with Lily having seen everything. On Christmas Day, everyone except Lincoln opens their gifts, and Lola's present from her brother turns out to be a pair of earrings. However, Lincoln does get a gift from his original Secret Santa, a finger-painted picture of him and his loving little sister Lily. Well, that concludes the plot of the episode, so now we come to my thoughts and critiques. As far as this episode goes, it did a good job with the conventional, let's make sure I get the gift I want for Christmas by having things go in my favor story. For someone like Lincoln, it shouldn't be a surprise he was the man with a plan for something like this. We've all gotten gifts we don't really like, and for once we like to get that one thing we want above anything else, and sometimes we'll do what we can to get it. As sneaky as it was, Lincoln had the right idea of hijacking the gift swap to ensure he got what he wanted. Not right, but still clever. Granted, any one of his sisters could have easily come up with a similar plan, but that's beside the point, considering they all looked happy opening up their gifts, indicating they may not have gotten what they truly wanted, but it was pretty close to matching what fits their respective personalities. Of course, the ultimate downfall for Lincoln was completely blanking on getting a gift for Lola, and not even being able to get, as you might say, a last-minute mercy gift card. Lincoln got exactly what he deserved for selfishly thinking about himself, and paid the price for it by surrendering his backpack to Chandler. The biggest positive of the episode was Lily. She may have been too young to realize what was going on, but as far as she was concerned, she knew her brother wasn't going to be getting a sibling-bought gift for Christmas, and made him one like she had intended to do in the first place. It was a sweet gesture, and it reminded Lincoln of how the best kind of gift you can get is the kind that comes from the heart. Even with a happy ending and Lincoln learning his lesson, this episode has quite a few negatives that prevents it from being on par with the first Christmas special from Season 2. Aside from Lincoln ignoring the message from the song, That's What Christmas Is All About, established in 11 Louds a Leapin', there are some story and timeline notes worth considering. When Lincoln talked about the gift swaps from past years, Lily is seen with eyebrows when giving Lenny her gift. Prior to Season 5, she had no eyebrows, so unless this was an animation error, which is partially justified with Lily not speaking coherently, it's hard to say if that quick scene took place the previous Christmas given Lily's age, and if that was the first or second instance of the parents buying Lily's gift for one of her siblings, giving Lincoln his idea for this episode. I could say the same thing about Lincoln's past gift swaps with Lisa and Lucy, with them not appearing any different than they have throughout the series, but somehow time stands still in this universe when it comes to characters aging. The second critique is when Lincoln impersonates Rita and Lori. Apparently, the real Lori and Luann can't tell it's Lincoln. It's that kind of mentality you see on Pokemon when Ash still doesn't realize it's Team Rocket in spite of how obvious it is. I'm not sure how they didn't figure out the caller wasn't who they thought it was, but that's just half of it. I can understand Lincoln using Rita's phone to call Lori, but how did Lincoln call Luann with the latter seeing it was Lori on the other end? Either he's a master contact manipulator, or it's an unresolved plot hole. Lastly, the use of Chandler to get Lincoln to put things right may have been the pivotal moment to resolving the conflict, and yes, Lincoln deserved to be punished the way it was presented, but it felt rather convenient. It's not so much a bad thing given Chandler's character and what his father does for a living, but having that kind of gift on standby for desperate people on Christmas Eve makes you wonder how he spends his holiday. You have to at least give him credit for that. Kinda. Overall, this episode may not have been as good as 11 Louds A-Leapin', but it's not a bad episode either. It's the kind of story we've all seen before, and given how this isn't the first time Lincoln has tried to work any kind of system to his advantage, it's not surprising how things started off good, but then quickly turned sour. He thought his Christmas was going to be ruined, but he would have ended up ruining his own sister's Christmas as well, and that would have been enough to make anyone feel guilty. Although we never find out who the other siblings got for their Secret Santa, you can take a good guess as to who some of them bought a gift for, and given their facial expressions, it makes you wonder if Lincoln's plan was even worth it, as hinted by his conversation with Luann. Aside from the confusing cell phone scenes, seriously, is FaceTime the only way these people answer calls? The story was pretty good in its holiday messaging, Lily was the best character of the episode, Chandler is a Yuletide swindler, Mr. Grouse embraces the Christmas spirit, and Clyde goes through puberty. Hey, there's a gift for everyone! With that said, I give Seasons Cheatings a 9 out of 10. Well, folks, that concludes my review of Seasons Cheatings. It was a solid episode for the most part, and it reminds us that gifts laced with love mean more than anything you can find on a shelf. So what did you guys think of it? Love it? Hate it? Something you would add? Change? Keep it as it is? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to this channel for the latest Loud House content. That's going to do it for me. I'll catch you guys for the next video, but until then, this is SteamTeamRedubUK, CC Trainor-Ling, signing off. Peace out, home slices, and have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all.